Now we're here today to unveil a headstone on the grave of Cumann volunteer Margaret Keogh. We are here to remember the role by the members of Cumann in the struggle for Irish freedom. It is fair to say that the role of the women of Ireland has for far too long been airbrushed out of our history. The backbone of the National Graves Association for many years has been the women that have been involved. Margaret Keogh was shot on the 10th of July 1921 by British forces and died 2 days later. Margaret paid the ultimate sacrifice for being a Republican. I will now call on Anthony O'Riordan to unveil the headstone on Margaret Keogh's grave.
I've got other family here. On behalf of the Keogh O'Riordan family and Farrell.
Nahar agus an bhéach an spirit néomh amen. Or nahar atá an neamh go éifar tanam go dogad go réacht go néanta do heile an darmh mar an éintear ar an neamh. Or na rán le húil túdúing iniu is mach going ar bhéacha mar bhacha bhína.
A decade ago I was in Belfast, the birthplace of Irish republicanism, researching the War of Independence when I found a short article in the 14th of July edition of the Irish News newspaper which gave an account of the death of Margaret Keogh, a member of Cumann in Dublin. And although dozens of books have been written on the history of Cumann and the War of Independence in Dublin, none of them had mentioned this young woman's death. And when I published her story in 2016, it helped to rescue her memory from oblivion. And since then, outstanding work has been done by the National Graves Association in erecting this new headstone and by the Margaret Keogh Memorial Committee in Ringsend, which is working to erect a memorial marking the site where she was killed. The struggle for the people's rights happened in the GPO, in Brixton Prison, at Kilmichael and at number 20 Stella Gardens in Ringsend, where Margaret Keogh died. If there was any one Republican who embodied the ideals of that revolutionary generation, it was Margaret Keogh. And most notably, when the struggle to establish an independent Irish Republic became a military one, Margaret served in Cumann and assisted the IRA volunteers fighting for freedom by storing arms and ammunition in her home. And it was this which ultimately led her untimely death. For on the eve of the truce which ended the War of Independence, Margaret Keogh suffered a fatal gunshot wound while British forces were carrying out raids on Republican homes in Ringsend. She died 2 days later at Patrick Dunn's Hospital. She was one of the last, if not the very last, fatality of that conflict. The work that the women of Cumann did in scouting, intelligence work, providing medical assistance and running safe houses was invaluable to the Republican movement. Hopefully, by the centenary of her death, there will be a fitting memorial erected to Margaret Keogh near her home in Ringsend. Today we have honoured Margaret Keogh's memory and her sacrifice, but we must do more. We must create the Ireland and the Republic that she died for. So Sinné and Nishigive, Mira Mahagiv. Thank you.